Good morning, friends, followers, and channel members. Oh, it's cold and snowy, but I tell you what, this is the first time I'm seeing this scenery in the daytime. Doesn't it look fantastic? I think it looks absolutely wonderful. Available from from OrbX, and it's snowy. We're going to have to get on board and turn on the ground heat, I think, because our aircraft is well, I think it's icing up. We'll get inside in a moment and have a look. Good morning, welcome on board, everyone, and Emily Hill, thank you on Twitch for following. Christian, good morning to you. You're off at 10:30 to go and cook chili. That sounds, well, that actually sounds organised. I have far more organised now than I could be. Oh, excuse me, this morning. But good morning, Christian. Welcome on board, David, Captain Ben, Abed Mardini, hello to you. Skyhawk, Mark Burgess, catching up on last night's stream. Hyacinth AP Travels, Nobrix, not sure about Real Ops, but excited nevertheless. Nobrix, Real Ops just means that we do things realistically rather than playfully in the sim. That is all. So Mark, good morning. Dark Fury, good morning to you. Simon Schmidt, hello my friend. Hope you are well. Peter Scarab, hello again. Hope you had a good night last night. J-Hug, hello. And Barry DC Gert is also with us. Sean Churchill, good morning to you as well. Simon, it is indeed fantastic scenery. I think it looks beautiful. Andrew Berry, good morning. So this daytime stream, hopefully keep those of you that are at home working entertained with something to do, keep us on in the background. And we're going to take you down to what is hopefully going to be a much warmer Warsaw this morning. Can't be any colder, can it? So let's go ahead and get on board. Just before I do, I do just want to scan around because I think this scenery here is absolutely beautiful. And when you throw in the cold as well, I'm sure you'll agree. Stunning. Ooh, Aeroflot. Very nice. We've got Aeroflot, SAS, Finnair, another EasyJet to the side of us as well. Looking lovely, and I think we've got ATC as well this morning, but that is an absolutely stunning graphics. Now, just having a look at the runways, I would say this is contaminated. Now, in the real world, the Scandinavian folk are pretty good at keeping those runways nice and clear, and presumably much clearer than that looks. But for our takeoff brief and performance calculations, etc., we're going to go with contaminated runways. So we're going to be toggering it all the way, and V2 or and config 2 or config 3. Look at that runway. That's that looks awful. I can't even see the runway. Oh, Rocksteady, thank you so much for an early super chat there. Rocksteady, your £5 super chat. Rocksteady, thank you so much for that. I feel the need to put on my jacket looking at that snow. I know, it's awesome, isn't it? It really looks great, particularly then when you've got the evergreen trees as well in the background. Is there a runway there? I can't see that. I think that's the runway they're currently. Are they landing on that runway at the minute? Who knows? Nevertheless, that looks fantastic, and probably when I first loaded the simulator in, ready to start the stream, I saw this and I thought, and I actually sat back and thought, wow, that looks. Not only does it look cold, but it looks just so realistic. And well, Microsoft Flight Simulator does that to us every day, doesn't it? Get into the flight deck then, and oh good lord, that's cold. Right, is the GPU is that hooked up? Yes it is, because I think we're going to need that. We're going to have to power up. Our aircraft is frozen. Okay. Right, so it's a cold and dark, emphasis on the cold this morning. Simon says you're currently sat at Bangkok in the sim where it's 32 degrees. Really? Wow. 32 degrees. Lewis Aviation, good morning to you as well. Say morning. Perfect time for the stream. Oh, Lewis. No, that's really, really sad. Well, Lewis, I can't promise to mend a broken heart, but hopefully we'll give you something to take your mind off things. But yeah, really, really sad to hear that, Lewis. Okay, let's warm up. So we'll get the batteries on. Battery voltage was fine, and start that. Connect the external power, crew supply, ground control, CRV test. Peter Scout, you've got 4 days off. That's 4 days of flying. Fantastic. Let's get the ideas aligned. And nav and logo lights. Go through our usual flows. Those packs should be off to begin with. Right, should we pop the probe and window heat on? I think so. Let's do the APU fire test. 1, 2, and finally engine number 2. All good. Mercy N, good morning to you. Right, so hopefully that should slowly start de-icing our aircraft. That is incredible. I have not seen this in the sim, not since the simulator first was launched and ice was just over exaggerated, wasn't it? Nix 2000, is the ice default effect? It looks amazing. It is. It's completely default. I've not done anything to this. But yeah, it's completely default. Nothing that I've done there. Scars Limit 95, good morning to you. You've only have today, then you've got to fly back to Doha tomorrow. Duty calls. You were a bit far north of us last time you flew back to Dubai. Scars Limit completely missed you. Even stood on the highest hill around where I live, I had no chance of seeing you. Mark, you've never seen this before. Get yourself up to the colder latitudes. Oh yeah, that's so cold. Peter, yeah, normally you only see the aircraft from the tower. Sunny Stanley, good morning to you. Right, let's start setting our aircraft up and we'll turn that fly pad on. Start getting some fuel loaded as well. Right, let's start the APU. 1, 2, 3. APU is started. Right, so the overhead, everything's there where we want that to be. Lil 25, hello, thanks for stopping by. And there we are. So, let's have a listen. In fact, just before I have a listen to the ATIS, I've already been through the operational flight plan. I know what fuel I want to take. For the training captains amongst you, the pre-flight brief video will be available after this, after the stream. So we are going to take today 6.3 tons. Ooh, I've not given you the operational flight plan, have I? Let's just get the fuel loaded, and then I will pop in the operational flight plan in the chat for those of you watching on YouTube. So that's coming now. There we are. Sunny Sunny, I believe the ice also affects the airframe as well. So we need to make sure that we've got the ice, anti-ice turned on. Right. Let's listen to some ATIS, shall we?
Dew point -10 QNH 1011 temporary, visibility 8 kilometers. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform. This is Helsinki Vantaa arrival and departure information uniform. At time 0950 Zulu, expect ILS approach arrival runway 15 departure runway 22 right, transition level 65, wind calm, visibility 6 kilometers light snow. Few at 1,000 feet. Broken 4,500 feet. Temperature -9. Dew point -10 QNH 1011 temporary. Visibility 8 kilometers. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform. This is Helsinki.
Okay, so Helsinki information uniform. Current we're expecting departure runway 22. 1011 is the current QNH. Oh, come on, this ice needs to melt. We've got the probe window heats on, haven't we? Yeah, we have. Right, APU bleed can come on. We'll give that a minute. QNH 1011 on the standby. Let's just come through and check everything down here is where it wants to be. So the audio control panel is good. We'll just pop the integral lighting up. Switching panel, thrust levers, engine master, engine mode select, and spoilers, flaps, parking brake. Let's just set the transponder on squawking 2000. Landing gear is indeed down. Onto the FCU. Initial climb out today, I'm expecting 4000. QNH 1011. Flight directors on. Pop constraints on. Why isn't this ice melting, guys? Come on, airframe. The probe window heat is not doing its job. Let's turn the screens up. Once again, because we're at a handcrafted airport, I am going to turn off the first officer screens just to save some frame rates. There we go. Refueling is still currently underway. So, IRS is aligned. Let's just check the pressure page. And pressure is all good. As soon as that does, it help turning the packs to high to remove the ice. That it shouldn't do. The packs just affect the pressurization and air conditioning system in the aircraft. So nothing to do with the ice there. I think it's melting, but incredibly slowly. Oh dear. The poor passengers. Mark, send the first officer out with a scraper. Yeah, it's we need a de-icing button, don't we? Can't take off like this. Shouldn't help, but let's just pop on the wing and engine anti-ice. It shouldn't make any difference, but perhaps a simism. All it says the ice will melt when you start up and taxi. Yeah, obviously it shouldn't do. Should be able to do that before. Right, let's have a look at setting up the box. The passengers, should we start getting them on board? Packs 1 and 2 now on. So let me just kick self-locating cargo into gear. Refueling is underway and the bags are starting to get loaded, so let's open the doors and allow our passengers on board. Thank you. So I'm going to turn off the wing and anti-ice on the engines because that makes no difference. Right, so the doors are open, passengers are boarding. God bless them, I bet they're cold. Lilo 25, just go somewhere cold, mate, and this is what happens to your aircraft. Right, let's go set up the box then whilst passengers are getting on board. So the operational flight plan, which I've given you guys, you've all got. I just need to link this, of course, with SimBrief. So we're going to our AOC init press data request. Flight time's 1 hour 24 minutes. Weight and balance. We'll just add that weight to the aircraft. There we go. Zero fuel weight of 59.8. Yeah, that's what the OFP says as well. They agree. Okay, onto the data page. So IRS, we've got 3 nav green. Aircraft status, LEAP engines, valid air cycle, init page, init request. So the alternate today is Echo Papa Kilo Kilo. And our call sign, because it's not a real world flight, is our default Alpine. 3-4 Alpha Mike. All those alpine trees are covered in frost today. Cost index of 8 and minus 61. The tropo is 34766. Alright, onto the flight plan page then. So we are going to be, let me just zoom in, I forget you can't see this. So the departure is going to be 22 right, we're expecting. That's going to be on the Kivu 3 November. Make sure I get the right one here. Let me just get the chart. So I've got, so it should be Kilo Oscar India Victor 3 November. And insert. And then the arrival, we're expecting ILS 33 Yankee, I believe it is. Is it the Yankee? Let's just bring that chart up. I think it's going to be the Yankee, just because of the... In fact, I don't think it matters. I think ATC's disappeared since I created this flight plan. But let me just check what's the difference between the Yankee and... very little. Right, in that case, let's go with Zulu. So ILS 33 Zulu, and that is going to be via Whiskey Alpha 534, I believe that is. If that's an option, there it is. So Whiskey Alpha 534, pop that in. And insert, that gives us 568 miles, and I've got 588 miles on the operational flight plan. Let's just scroll through that, check for any inconsistencies. There we go, so duplicate waypoint there. Let's clear that. And that. Quick scroll through the flight plan here, make sure it looks sensible. There we go, looks good. Okay, pop that back into ARC mode and 20 miles. RadNav page, we need the Helsinki VOR in here, which is Hotel Echo Lima. That's set, we'll flip that on. Onto the init B page, so our zero fuel weight is 62.1. That's not right. Zero fuel weight should be 59.8. What's happened there? Let me just go back and check. Weight and balance 59.8. Yeah, that's correct. So the init. Oh, I wonder if is the weight of the ice affecting the airframe? I've not seen that before, if that is the case. That's interesting. Right, because this is just calculated from the simulator, so I wonder if the ice has played a bit of a part there. We really need to get rid of that ice, don't we? It is starting to melt though now whilst I've been away. Look, that probe heat doing its job. But that is very interesting. Right, I'm going to do this manually. 58. What was it? 50. Sorry, 59.8. 59.8. There we are. Trip wind of a tailwind of 41. Fuel planning 5.1, and we've got, what have we got? 6.2 tons of fuel on board. Takeoff weight is 65.8, so we'll do a calculation. We'll play it safe, we'll call it 66. Fuel for the alternate is, what's required there? The alternate is 1.3 tons. Extra 26 minutes of flight time. Onto the performance page then. Let's go ahead and fire up our calculator. So, Echo Fox Hotel Kilo, Helsinki, runway 22 right, there's our runway length, downhill for the takeoff, METAR QNH 1011, -8, no winds. So, runway condition is wet. Anti-ice will most certainly be on. Takeoff weight, we said, what were we going with? 65. No, sorry, 66. 66. Takeoff CFG is normal. It's going to be Toga. And let's try config 2. Packs off. Config 2 because of the contamination. So let's hit calculate. So 142, 142, 143, decent length runway. Let's try config 3 then. Okay, so we've got higher V speeds there just because of the weight of the aircraft. It doesn't climb quite so well, particularly on a nice long runway. We don't need config 3, so let's go. Config 2 is going to be our best bet. So it's going to be a config 2 takeoff today. Let's get that information plugged in. So Toga 142 V1, 142 VR, and 143 is V2. Transition altitude here is 5,000 feet. Right, thrust reduction and acceleration values. That information is coming soon for Helsinki. That's not yet been added into the app. So let's use the real world figures, which will soon be added into the app, which is 1438 and 3180. That's our thrust reduction and acceleration. Engine out acceleration is also 1438. So as the app continues to be worked on and get updated, then all that information will be shown just here. So flaps 2 and Toga. Lovely. Alright, so ATC I think are online, and we're going to contact them, and then once we know exactly what's going on, we shall do a brief. We need 119.1. And I think the centre controller is also online, which is 1184, so I'm just going to pop it in standby now.
Finnair 798, descending flight level 80, and could you repeat way to direct?
Finnair 798, direct Hotel Kilo 941.
Direct Hotel Kilo 941, Finnair 798.
And approach control, good morning, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike stand 26 type A320 Neo requesting IFR clearances filed. We have information uniform.
Very good morning, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike Healthy radar cleared to Warsaw, runway 22 right, Koivu 3 Quebec departure. Climb 4,000 feet, squawk 5275.
Departure runway 22 right, cleared by the Koivu 3 Quebec departure. Initial climb 4,000, squawk 5275, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, clearance correct.
Okay, slight change to our clearance, but that's okay. Get the squawk in there, then I'll update the box. So that squawk is 5275.
Finnair 7 Papa Fox back to Horizon Zulu Delta, hold short 2 to left, expect 816.
Initial climb 4,000 feet. Let's just update the box, and then I need to get the new chart up. So it's going to be departure, still 22 right, of course. But oops, wrong button. Departure 22 right, and it's now the Koivu 3 Quebec. And insert. So let me just update my chart.
Departure is going to be 2844 rear taxi.
72844, taxi via Delta Echo and Yankee, to hold point Yankee, runway 22 left.
Taxi via Delta Echo Yankee to holding point Yankee, going to be 2844.
There we go. Only for aircraft in wake turbulence category Lima or Mike and not exceeding flyover noise level above 80. Oh, okay. Well, we'll do what we're told. Maintain tower frequency till passing 1,500 feet, then contact Helsinki radar. Now, is that online? Swedish control is online.
Skyline 404, report altitude.
And Helsinki control is also online.
Currently maintaining for
1213.
Scanner 404.
Scanner 404, radar contact. Climb flight level 280.
Continue climbing level 280, scanner 404.
Right, let me just come off... in fact, just turn that away there. Right, let's just come off frequency and then we can listen to a departure brief. So the weather then here in Helsinki, blooming cold, but visibility is fine. Decent runways as well. We're below our maximum takeoff weight, so coming back here should not be an issue. Type is the A320neo experimental version. No NOTAMs to be of note with regards to our taxi out and departure airport. Threats to be aware of. Obviously it is cold, so we're going to be working in winter ops, icy conditions. Minimum safe altitude around our departure is going to be 2,400, let's call it 2,500 feet for the temperature corrections. So 2,500 feet is our minimum safe altitude today. Okay, let's brief the taxi. So we're stand 26. He could send us one of two ways on Alpha Charlie. We could either be facing north-south, east or west, depending on how you look at it, and take Zulu Golf or Zulu Delta, crossing runway 22 left, and then from there it's going to be Golf or Delta. Don't know if they're replicating the de-icing facilities, but obviously we've got them there if required. And departing then runway 22 right. Nice straight out departure. On our departure, no speed restrictions apart from the usual 250 knots. Let's just check that the box has got this coded exactly the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our EasyJet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
Right, let's do the final checks and then we can run the before start checklist. Refueling is now completed.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck this morning, let me welcome you on board this EasyJet aircraft as you settle in for what we hope is going to be a most enjoyable flight. The weather today doesn't look to be causing much of a problem, so we should have a nice smooth ride for you throughout the duration of the flight. And as the cabin crew continue making their last preparations, if you could please assist them by getting yourselves sat down, your seatbelts fastened, and make yourselves nice and comfortable. The ground crew have now finished loading the aircraft, and we're just about finished with all our pre-flight checks, so it won't be long until we are pushing back. If you could please give the cabin crew your full attention as they go through the safety briefing, we'd very much appreciate it. So on behalf of myself and the First Officer, we'd like to say thank you for choosing EasyJet today, and we look forward to give you a safe flight.
Fuel's all good, balanced and loaded, so let's go with those. Let's go with the before start checklist. So, cockpit preparation is all completed. Signs are on our auto. Ideas, we've got 3.5 green. Fuel quantity is 6280. Balanced. FMGS is set, and altimeter is 1011. 180 feet. 180 feet. Sky's the limit. Nice one on the temperature corrections. We do them for when it's below anything between 0 and minus 15, adding 10% to the MSA. Yeah. And like I say, the ATC guys are usually spot on at sorting stuff like that out as well. But always worth bringing into the briefs, isn't it? Okay, let's get the ground crew in place.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
We'll get them in place, request our pushback, and then we shall
705 Helsinki.
head back on our way.
Can you please read back the clearance again?
Cabin crew, we're all ready to go, so please arm the door.
Clear destination, runway to right, R1 3 November, initial climb, flight level 40, squawk 042,
Yes, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed.
705 confirms squawk 2042.
Standing by for pushback.
2042, Airbus 705.
Clearance correct.
Finnair 798 requesting descent.
The ground Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, stand 26 is ready for push and start.
Finnair 798 descent to 3,000 feet on QNH 1011.
Descending flight to 3,000 feet and QNH 1011 for Finnair 798.
Alright, 2510, wind 060 degrees, 2 knots on way, 12 clear to land.
I want to clear to land for light 2510.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, stand 26 ready for push and start.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, stand by, I call you back.
We'll go 34 Alpha Mike. Wonder if there's traffic behind us. Strangely enough, my VPILE is showing there's no one online on this frequency, 1191. But clearly there is.
340.
Continue climbing on the 340, scanning 404.
Finnair 798 descent 2,000 feet via Helsinki.
God, that looks amazing, doesn't it?
Clear ILS approach 15, Finnair 798.
Papa Foxtrot April 6 ready for taxi to right.
Finnair 7 Papa Foxtrot taxi via Bravo Delta, holding point Whiskey Delta.
Bravo Delta, Whiskey Delta, Finnair 7 Papa Foxtrot.
Scandinavian 28.
So he's sending them Bravo Delta, Whiskey Delta. Let's have a look which way
Runway 22 right.
that is.
Delta, Scandinavian 2844.
Runway 372 Hotel, ready for taxi.
Oh, the Ryanair's behind us. We'll hear what.
372 Hotel Taxi Alpha Charlie and Alpha Delta to Zulu Delta, hold short runway 22 left.
Are we sending 22 left? We've got 22 right in the box, so
Charlie, Alpha Delta.
we shall see.
372 Hotel.
Scandinavian 2844, wind variable 1 knot, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Oh, but there's an aircraft departing 22 right, so maybe they are using both. Or maybe the Ryanair requested 22 left.
Finnair 798.
Probably because
we
it's
are
closer.
a bit too high. We should do one circle to establish. So.
Finnair 798, Roger, cancel approach clearance, turn left heading 050, radar vectors 15.
Roger, 050 for Finnair 798.
Alpine at 34 Alpha Mike, starbound pushback approved facing northeast.
Startup pushback approved facing northeast, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Yay, we're good to go. Let's get the beacon light on, acupressure is in the green, start the timer. Before start checklist below the line, windows and doors are closed, beacon light is on, phones on silent, parking brake is set.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We're cleared for start and push. Parking brake set.
Speedbird 2088, Helsinki ready to
Push
fire.
start. Please release parking brake.
We are on stand.
Parking brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Speedbird 2088, get to Warsaw, runway 22 right, Koivu.
Okay, so engine number 1 first, no single engine taxi today. Engine mode selected to start, and starting engine number 1.
Cadence files, runway 2, CSR22 right, squawking 5604 is 4,000 feet.
Where's that Ryanair that was behind us?
Speedbird 2088, clearance correct. Alright, 2510, taxi to apron, stand 14.
Taxi to apron, stand 14, light to 510, thank you.
Finnair 798 requesting.
Oh, it looks so good and so cold.
Finnair 798, you can expect in about 1 mile.
Callum, the only reason I don't use FS2 Crew is just because the stops are slightly different. in what I'm used to. So if you're not used to any specific stops, then it's great. Really good.
Life jackets and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace.
Heading 320 for
at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin.
Holding runway 22 left.
Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. Unless the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose.
Barry, Luxembourg is not on the route from Helsinki to Warsaw. I didn't want to do it until we'd actually got some ATC there. It wouldn't have been fair otherwise.
If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tape
Starting engine 2.
Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrests down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a pleasant flight with EasyJet.
Kiddos, do you have to install liveries to see the other liveries in VATSIM? Yes, you do. Yes. Right, so we'll just wait for engine number 2 to spool up.
Finnair 7 Papa Foxtrot, airborne passing 1500.
Finnair 7 Papa Foxtrot, radar contact.
I'm just checking our gross weight. Something's gone wrong there. I need to just change that. Let's do another calculation. Config 2 or config 3? Config 2. So we're slightly heavier. 144, 144, 145. Let's get that in the box quickly whilst that starts up. So 144, 144, 145. There we go. Right, engine 2 now is completely started, so let's have to start flows. APU bleed off, anti-ice absolutely on. APU master can come off. And rudder spoilers, or spoilers rudder, config 2 today, and the trim set to 23.4.
Brewster 45 Juliet, expect.
Okay, I'm going to do a flight control check as well. Full left. Full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. After start checklist, anti-ice is on, ecam status is checked, pitch trim is 23.5, and rudder trim is set 0. Pushback tug is clear.
When established on localizer for Finnair 798.
Ryanair 372 Hotel, where is Delta, line up runway 22 right.
Line up runway 22 right, Ryanair 372 Hotel.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike is ready for taxi.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, taxi via Alpha Charlie and Alpha Delta to Zulu Delta, hold short runway 22 left.
Taxi via Alpha Charlie, Alpha Delta, Zulu Delta, holding short runway 22 left. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Quick check.
Alpha Charlie, Alpha Delta, Zulu Delta, but holding short to
Until the
left.
climb, flight level 360, skinning into it.
Okay, release the parking brakes. A little bit of thrust.
Uni 1,
Not too much.
146, proceed direct, go tall.
Direct, go down. Uni 1146.
Let me ding the cabin.
Captured for runway 15.
Finnair 798.
Take off config.
24 search grease, 2 knots, runway 15, clear to land.
Now, for real winter ops,
Clear to land, runway 15.
what we should do, no faster than 10 knots. Also, I shouldn't have extended the flaps yet. I should have waited until the last minute before departing, before we extended the flaps. But,
Squad for takeoff runway 22 right.
just so we know.
SO 2088, ready to taxi.
Very slow, we don't want to skid.
Golf, Zulu Golf, hold short, runway 22 left.
Victor Golf and Zulu Golf, hold short 22 left, Zulu 2088.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Light Zulu Delta, cross runway 22 left and taxi to holding point Whiskey Delta.
Clear to cross 22 left, via Zulu Delta, taxi holding point runway 22 right, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, so PEDS check. No change to the performance. It's going to be Toga, of course. QNH 1011. Engine out procedure is a non-standard 8 miles from Helsinki. It's going to be a right-hand turn to Lakut holding point. Left turns. Departure is the QV3 Quebec, which we have in the FMGC. Stop altitude 4,000. So, I've just popped the strobes on as we are crossing an active runway.
Runway 3 Central Hotel, passing 2,000 feet, clear runway 22 right.
Runway 372 Hotel, radar contact, climb to flight level 280.
And just do a paranoia check.
Repeat, flight level.
Climb to flight level 280.
Climb to flight level 280, runway 3 Central Hotel.
Speedbird 2088 via Zulu Golf, cross runway 22
Okay,
left
and we're also just going to run up the engines now to 50%
Golf back, crossing Zulu Golf, Zulu 2088.
and back down again. And again, that's just winter ops. Just so they've had a run, prevent thermal shock. Strobe lights can come back off. Is that an aircraft coming to land on runway 15?
Helsinki päivää Keele varma. Infometro 54 Amsterdam.
Tervehdys KLM 1164, clear to Amsterdam, runway 22 right, Nunto 3 November departure, initially 4,000 feet, squawk 4723.
Right, I don't know the runway, the airport too well just here. So, oh, that's a bit bumpy. He's going to get run over. So those are the de-icing pads, which of course, perhaps when that feature becomes available, we'll be able to take advantage of that. Good morning, HD.
Foxtrot Trader Service terminate at frequency change approved. Terve.
Unicorn for Finnair 7 Papa Foxtrot, terve.
So yeah, do it on the runways.
Airfoot 705.
That would make sense.
Zulu Delta, hold short runway 22 left.
I suppose actually as well, if I was doing it on a taxiway, I should probably have asked ATC if there's anything behind me. I could have just blown a car over
Taxi White Delta Airport 05.
And Airport 705, hold short, runway 22 left.
Taxi White Delta, hold short, runway 12.
Speedbird 2088, line up runway 22 right.
Line up 22 right, Speedbird 2088.
KLM 1164, stand 25, request push down.
KLM 1164, start up and pushback approved, facing northeast.
So we'll obviously stop at the hold bars in a moment. British Airways are going ahead of us.
Facing northeast.
Right, now I know where we are. Before takeoff checklist to the line, flight controls are checked, departure briefing is complete, flap setting is config 2, FMA takeoff data, 144 blue, 145 magenta, climb nav blue, 1FD2, 4000 blue and toga, transponder is set, eco memo, takeoff no blue, AFB stowed. Stephen H, this isn't a add-on, no, this is default. All default. So what I could do now, I've got the parking brake. Now I could have done it, couldn't I? The engine run-up test. Line up and wait behind departing runway, behind departing Speedbird, runway 22 right, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, let's get our lights on.
Helsinki, November Sierra Echo at parking 123, taxi IFR with whiskey.
Hello, November Sierra Echo. Taxi.
A little bit of thrust. I will also get the TCAS on.
Zulu Golf, hold short runway 22.
I think you said right on Alpha Charlie and Zulu Golf and hold short.
Looks like it's uphill. This might just need a little bit more thrust.
705.
Before takeoff checklist below the line, cabin is secured, engine mode select is normal, TCAS TARA, packs are off, anti-ice is on.
Energy 72 Hotel, radar service terminated, frequency change approved. Bye-bye.
Cabin crew, if you could take your seats for takeoff.
Spire Center Hotel is out of your range. Thank you for the ATC, monitoring Unicom 122 this night. Thank you for your service.
VA control. Hello again, this is light 2511. At Oulu, I have coordination 1012. Request a frequency back to Helsinki when possible.
Hello, Norlight 2511, clear to Helsinki, runway 30, direct Mikno, Mike 857, flight level 310, squawk 3361.
And I'm just going to confirm our departure frequency as well, because I think it's an automatic departure frequency change.
Please again, direct.
Yeah, maintain tower frequency until passing 1500, then contact Helsinki radar.
One after departure, direct Mikno.
Yeah, okay. After departure, direct to Mikno and squawk 3361.
Which is 1213, I think. We've got that on the standby.
Alright, 2511, runway 30 and climb to flight level 310.
Project Alpha 310, runway 30. Direct Mikno.
Thanks so much for coming along, guys, this morning. So many of you. Over 200 people. Wow. Should you all be working? And if you are working while watching this, thank you for being here. We'll keep you entertained on the flight down to Warsaw.
Speedbird 2088, radar contact, climb to flight level 280.
Continue by flight level 280, Speedbird 2088.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, wind 260 degrees, 3 knots, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 22 right, and just confirm departure frequency for us, please. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, maintain this frequency.
We'll go Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. HD, which checklist? I've been on the ball with those today. Anyway. Takeoff. Start the chrono. 50% N1.
Air 6 Romeo, continue descent to 2,300 feet, QNH 1012, cleared.
Engine disable, set takeoff thrust.
Wireless to approach runway 12 right side.
Mantoga, SAS, runway.
Information next, 20 miles below flight level 95, uncontrolled airspace. descent level, correct descent to 300 feet, get us 101 to clear left floor on the way 1 to
Check.
right, good down. We'll be looking, it's gonna take some.
V1, rotate. Nav,
Airport 705, line up runway 20 right.
Line up for 705. KLM 1164, taxi.
KLM 1164, taxi via Alpha Delta, Zulu Delta, hold short runway 22 left.
Via Alpha Delta, Zulu Delta, hold
thrust reduction is about 1400 feet. There he goes. Set. Climb thrust. Thrust climb, SRS. And autopilot 1 engaged.
Alpine Chief Alpha Mike, radar contact, report altitude passing.
Passing 3000 for 4000, Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike.
Thank you, climb to flight level 280.
Climb flight level 280, Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. Thrust climb, open climb, 280 blue.
Wind 240 degrees 3 knots, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
705, clear for takeoff.
Flaps 1. Passing airspeed, flaps 0 and disarm spoilers.
Hello, Finnair 759, read you 5. KLM 1164, cross runway 22 left and taxi to holding point Whiskey Delta.
Cross to left, taxi 1 point, Whiskey Delta, KLM 1164.
Quick look
2088, radar service terminal.
outside. Oh, that's frosty.
Please change previous speedbird 2088, thanks for 83, into there. Bye.
This is going to look fantastic on this flight. The scenery is going to be first class. Turn the brightness up though, 'cause I can't see a thing.
Alright, 2511, start up and pushback approved, dead time 05, runway 30 for departure.
As it pushback starts approved, runway 30, runway 01.
Airport 705, takeoff.
Speed restriction was just there, 250 knots, but we're well beyond that.
Seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin. Remember that smoking is not permitted at any time. This includes e-cigarettes.
Passing 10,000 feet, let's get the lights off. Anti-ice can also come off. Seatbelt signs can also come off as well.
Jet 9638, Helsinki, control squawk 0536.
You are now free to move around the cabin and the toilets are now available. However, when you
Squawk 053,
times in case of unexpected turbulence.
Scandinavian 2844, contact Sweden control 18.4, bye.
Country 118.4, thank you for Scandinavian trade.
Right, we're now coming up on flight level 120. Go on HD, put me out of my misery. What happened there?
Aeroflot 705, proceed direct in log.
You've got that cheeky grin on your face.
Dreamjet 9638, radar contact,
Switching between the views is because I have custom views set up. You can download these custom views and then assign a key, and then it's basically the custom views you set using Control Alt, and then you access them by pressing Alt 1 through 9. So I've got custom view, so that's essentially Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3, Alt 4, Alt 5 and Alt 6. I've also got a couple of others as well if you want to have a quick look outside or peer over the glare shield as well. HD, so, okay, were you above the acceleration before you pulled open climb 280? Genuinely didn't see if you were or not. I'm going to have to go back and check that because I can't give you a genuine answer. However, acceleration was 3,200 feet. So I bet we were close. I bet we were after. But just.
Helsinki control over there is Tanzania 735 inbound to board the flight level 330.
Good day, Transavia 735.
Although that's a great bit of knowledge to have, though. No open climb below the acceleration altitude. Is that a rule? If it is, it's a new one.
Hello, 759, clear to Berlin, runway.
Alex, before turning on autopilot 1, why was the speed going down?
Departure, initially 4,000 feet, squawk 03.
Probably because I probably got the aircraft slightly overpitched as we pulled the aircraft back to climb thrust. It's because of the noise abatement here. The thrust direction was 1,400 and the acceleration was 3,200. So when we pull back to climb thrust, the speed was going to drop ever so slightly because we keep the nose of the aircraft up, but not anything dangerous. HD, we were probably okay, but what's the danger of not being above the acceleration altitude? The danger is you're not maintaining terrain clearance.
Control, good day, Norlight 2614, requesting Alpha clearance to Stockholm.
Good day, Norlight 2614, clear to Stockholm, runway 22 right.
It should be an SRS.
Initially 4,000 feet.
Oh, the speed reference system.
Walk, 6403.
There's not a chance you could lose speed then there, is it? VATSIM pilot, they're available on our Discord server.
Norlight 2614, clear to Stockholm, via the Adivo 3 November departure, climb 4,000 feet, squawking 6403 and departure to the right.
Clearance, correct. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, crater service terminated, frequency range approved, bye-bye.
Over to Unicorn 122.8, thanks for the service, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, bye-bye. Oh, I thought we got some more ATC to come.
64 wind, 26 degrees 3 knots, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 22 right, clear for takeoff, KLM 1164.
Yeah, we got there in the end, HD. I was just waiting for the stream to catch up so you could hear it. So if we go open climb before Excel, we'll start to accelerate, but we don't want to do this in noise abatement departure 1. Sky's limit 95 is probably the most common mistake I make too. Out of Doha, we have to contact Doha approach after takeoff, and they always give us an unrestricted climb, sometimes before the acceleration altitude. There's something to brief as the threat in the departure brief. Good to know, though. Really good to know. 1, we learnt something, and 2, it's a mistake that's made in real life. How's it we got ATC at Warsaw? Oh, nice. Let's hope they stay there for our arrival. That would be lovely. So then, let's just check we can continue on to our climb. Our cruise altitude, sorry, it's flight level 380, which according to our performance page is absolutely fine, so flight level 380. 380 blue. Done. So HD, whenever you get hang on, I've been attacked by the dog. That's got to be the best comment we've had in months. Patrick, how to increase speed in cruise mode? Well, it's all based on your cost index, or of course you can pull speed and go selected speed. Andrew, Helsinki is right on the bottom tip of Helsinki's airspace. Oh, I see now, so we've got a break until Warsaw. That's fine, that's fine. I actually don't mind that, because it gives us a chance to chat. I don't have to listen out to ATC during the cruise stage of the flight. But it's just nice. Yeah. Bergman says, great channel, keep up the good work. Thank you so much for your kind comments. And Nits and Cameron Chow, thank you for subscribing. And GJ Barman on Twitch, thank you so much for the follow. Just whilst we continue that climb out, I am going to admire some of the beautiful landscape down below. Look at that. Look at that. HD, that way you're assured, so just continuing on with the conversation earlier, that way you're assured you've compiled with the NADP procedure, and as Tom says, we've all done it. That's another case of those that haven't, those that will. And if we do it by mistake, just pull the speed. Yeah, that's a good move, isn't it? Pull the speed, keep the speed the same, so we'll continue to accelerate, continue to climb up. Silly Kick, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Sky's the limit, that's not a nice thing to say about the wife, HD. Kins, I also recommend AIG. That is true. Hyacinth, I know saying this will make HD kill you, but right now you may fall in love with the 737. Why? There's just buttons everywhere. There's no manner or order to them. I could enjoy this view all day. Do you think AIG will be better for VATSIM? Personally, I think it works wonderful with VATSIM. You just need a good VMR file, which again you can download from our Discord server. Planespotter05, where did you get the performance calculator from? I used 2TPC, but I think yours is much better. Well, funny you should ask that, Planespotter. It's been it's designed by myself, so whilst I'm not responsible for the coding, but yeah, this is all been designed to be based upon the one that pilots use in real life. So it's yeah, it's got everything there, and everything's automatic. Just pop in your airport code, what runway you're departing from, and that's all it needs. Then you just go through the usual. It automatically will download the METAR for you. You can select, then obviously you pop in your takeoff weight and then decide which config to use, and it will throw out the figures. So if I just leave it, so this was our departure out of Helsinki today, runway 22 right. Had I been doing a toga, not a toga takeoff, a flex takeoff at 68 tons, it's a nice long runway, so you can see how the figures change depending on what we pop in there. And things like maximum takeoff weight will be coming soon, because that's all based upon the weather and the length of the runway. Probably wouldn't have made much difference at Helsinki. And the engine out procedures will also be shown there as well. If I just let's just do London Heathrow's. So London Heathrow 27 right departure, get the METAR for Heathrow, 9 degrees, nice. I just need to select all these, otherwise it won't let you calculate. So same thing there. And there we go. There we've actually got accurate thrust reduction, acceleration weights, engine out acceleration, and then we've got the engine out procedure. So 1600 feet right turn to Bravo November, VOR. That's not Brookham's Park, is it? Which one's that one? Bovington, maybe? Yeah, so it gives you everything you need to know, which is as per the real world. So that's good. I'm hoping that we're going to get this out within the next month or so. PC version will be coming first, and then we're going to create the app so it'll be available to Android users as well. So keep your eye on the channel for that. Dave P, welcome to the First Officers Club, Dave. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you're on our Discord server as well, please make sure you get in touch, and we'll make sure we give you entry to the members lounge. So welcome, Dave. Grab yourself a free drink when they come round. It is Bovington, is it, HT? Thank you. Right, how are we doing? Oh, plenty of time to go. Old Dutch 7, hello. You've recently been trying to watch from Canada. Oh wow. Well, this must be early in the morning where you guys are. Kin's AIG will be back online in February, I think it is. Of course, if you've still got everything downloaded, if you're not a new user to the AIG system and you've got everything in your community folder from them because you've downloaded it previously, then you can still use it. You just can't use their traffic manager, their traffic injector. You can turn on live traffic, the default by Azobo, and it will still come up with the correct liveries that if you have them installed. Or of course, as I'm doing here on VATSIM, it works perfectly well as well. Planespotter 5, wow, well done for making that. It's very clever. It's just nice and simple, and it's based on some real-world figures as well, which is which is really nice. At the moment, there's a few of us testing it to make sure that everything works correctly, and we're adding new features to it all the time. So things are becoming even more refined, like whether the runway is wet or dry. That will make a difference to flex and V speeds, etc. So yeah, it's a work in progress, but we want to release it in its early stages, and then we'll upgrade it as time goes on. DJ Baham, the app for announcements is from Self-Loading Cargo. Interactive Studio, is there an online version planned for the Performance Calculator app? We've spoken about this. It is a potential. At the moment, it's going to be just a standalone program. It's obviously not very big because it communicates. But as it communicates to an online server, then an online version would most likely be an option in the future. So that would be good. Steve Jukes, they're looking for new servers. This is AIG. They're looking for new servers as they released. It was unsecure. Oh, okay. I didn't know why they'd had an issue, but I do know that they do have an issue. Nicholas, on my real 320? No, sadly, they won't let me fly the real things. My eyesight's far too poor. I'm just an enthusiastic geek with some very good real pilot trainers. I am Phil. Hello, everyone. I'm Gavin. Welcome to the channel. Paul, good day from Australia, mate. What do I think to the new VATSIM? To be honest, the only thing I've noticed regarding the new VATSIM is I'm just awash with these SIM Connect errors. I don't know if that's VATSIM or whether that is Microsoft Flight Simulator. No idea. Hi, Synth, do I have any idea when the A320 is coming out? No, afraid not. And when it does, I won't have a clue how to fly the damn thing. So... It's another one of those aircraft which might be fun to try out, but yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to fly that properly. Dino, hello from Serbia. Hello. Nicholas says, interesting, you're very knowledgeable when it comes to the A320neo and also Flight Simulator. Much obliged, you sir. Well, I've been playing Flight Simulators since, oh, what was it now? Microsoft Flight Sim 95, I think it was. Yeah, 95 was my first one. And then as for the A320, well, I'm lucky enough to have some great friends who, after sadly I failed the Class 1 medical, they have been very kind in providing me with a lot of good knowledge and some fantastic training. Isn't that right, HD? Andrew, you also get the SimConnect errors, so suspect it's... oh, sorry, you don't get those SimConnect errors, so suspect it's local to me. That's interesting. I'd love to know what illegal operation 25 is. But there we go. Right, we've got about 1,500 feet to go. Then we're going to be at our top of climb. HD says percussive training works wonders. I can vouch for that, guys. It does. You should see some of the DMs. Gav, good. I'm going to say good night. Good evening to you over in Australia. Oh, thank you, Gav, so much for your $2 super chat there. Thank you so much for that. Long time supporter of the channel now, Gav. My namesake. Wonderful to have you on board again, as always. Patrick, if is the RNAV approach integrated already into fly-by-wire? The approach is, but you can't fly it in final approach mode. You have to use nav FPA. And if you want to know how to do that, there is a video on the channel show explaining how that works. Miguel, hello from Portugal. It's is it Microsoft's Flight Sim 2020 real weather, or do you have weather software? No, this is Microsoft's own default weather. Here we go, 500 feet to go. Then we're going to be at cruise. Yes, own default weather, and oh, just look at the snow in the distance. You should have seen the. If you weren't here at the start of the stream, once we've landed, wind back and just look at the opening screenshot. It looked gorgeous. Gav says you're very welcome. No, really, Gav, very, very kind of you. Great to have you on board, and as I say, it must be coming up to Thursday night for you. Not long till Friday. Hang on in there. Ryan, I think it's time to join the Captain's Club. The amount of info you've provided is sublime and literally taught me to fly the plane from scratch. Oh, Ryan, that's so great to hear, because the channel was designed with that in mind, to help newcomers, MacAlts to cruise, to help newcomers to, well, Microsoft Flight Simulator, really, because it opened up a world, didn't it, to new pilots. And the default A320 isn't the kind of aircraft you can just jump in and fly. And then when fly-by-wire came along, they really pushed the boundaries. So yeah, the channel was set up just with the sole intention, really, with I think it had 3 tutorials at the start, just to get you from point A to point B. I think I did a tutorial for like Heathrow to Manchester, if memory serves. That sounds like something I would do. HD, oh, Friday night quiz time. Let me think of something. It's always Friday night for you, isn't it, HD? Andrew Skywolf, how do you set up custom view camera in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Okay, so you can obviously set up your own, and in order to set them, you need to, once you're happy with where the camera is, you press Control Alt and then numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Then to call it back, it's Alt 1, 2, 3, 4 to call that one back. But if you want to download the custom view cameras that I have, such as these, you can get them from our Discord server, and there's a video on the channel explaining whereabouts they get put. Luigi, where can I get the flex temp easy today for the do takeoff config? Your channel is great, thanks. Well, Luigi, if you are about to do a departure from somewhere, let me know. In fact, that's a great idea. If anyone is about to do a departure or wants to know, I'll pop the figures into here for you. As I say, this is not yet released, but that'd be a great test. So if anyone is planning a flight, either later today or in the next few minutes, let me know. I'll give you some performance calculations. I sound like HD. Just scouting the SD pages. All that's good. Oh, right. The takeoff weight, center of gravity, I want to say it was 24. Do you know what? I can't remember. I'd have to rewind the stream back. I think it was something like 24.7. Now, at the moment, that makes no difference in the app because that's not yet being coded. Ryan E. Thank you so much, Ryan E. Welcome to the Captain's Club, Ryan. Really do appreciate your support, mate. Very, very kind of you. If you're on our Discord server as well, Ryan, then do make sure you're known to us, because we'll then get you into the VIP lounge as well, Ryan. So there you get upcoming information of flights and live streams, so you can obviously fly along in VATSIM. So yeah, thank you so much, Ryan. Really do appreciate your membership. Brother Jurassic, hello from Oz. Love this time of day for the stream. So much easier when you're actually awake rather than getting pinged at 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, if it helps, I don't have a streaming time schedule. I really don't, because life is far too chaotic. But Thursday mornings, usually here in the UK that is, Thursday mornings, generally I try and get one in. Always because I know that I'm busy on a Thursday night, so there's never going to be one. So I can say that with complete confidence. But yeah, it's nice to be able to do one, like you say, at a good time. And to be fair, there's plenty of people who are working right now in my local time, and well, we're just giving you something to do. On my second screen, Windows has just flashed up and said it's snowing. It better not be. It really better not be. Don't want snow. So let's see. I wouldn't even know what airports to look at for our en route weathers. Riga may be a potential. So let's go with that, which is Echo Victor Romeo Alpha. But yes, it's we'll put Warsaw in there as well, like up Papa Mike Oscar. Just send those off. Oh, blah blah on Twitch, thank you for the follow. Wixtron 777, the info bar at the top of the screen has been wonky in the past, but it's working great today. What was wrong with it before? Honestly, I have no idea. Andrew, no snow here, you're just south of Sheffield. See, I'm the north side and a bit closer to those big Pennine Hill things, so it's always a possibility. The winds get blown in from the west, it pushes the moisture up over the Pennines where it freezes and then drops down on us. Neil's a good way to spend some time before work. I think so. I think so. And if you are at work, then we'll give you something to do.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages, together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
HD Riga and Vilnius are the two big ones. I think we did put Riga in, so we'll see what comes back for that. Simon, these streams are always a great help, greatly help my mood when I'm working from home. Much appreciated. Well, that's the thing as well. So many people working from home now, and if you can have this perhaps on a second screen giving you entertainment, rather than listening to some rubbish on the radio or TV. And of course, this is interactive, so you can say hello. President will fly to Poland during the evenings. There's much more ATC. Well, I've seen that. Yeah, loads of ATC in Poland at that time. We've just not been for a while, so I thought we should pay you guys a visit. Jayhawk says there's nothing where you are. No one's snowboarding. Alex, Phoenix or the fly-by-wire? Two completely different aircraft. Obviously, we know that the Phoenix is going to be a high-fidelity aircraft. They don't like the term study level. But I think anything the real aircraft can do, the Phoenix will do. And I presume that means all sorts of emergency situations as well, which will be nice if that's the case and you can fly with those turned on, because you'll be flying away and suddenly you get a little ping message on the ECAM and you might need to take some actions, which would be quite nice. Hyacinth, up your fly over your home city. Hello from down below. Oh, wonderful. I mean, it's just great views anyway. And the clouds. Clouds are looking awesome as well. Wonderful. Okay, guys. I am just going to quickly go and grab myself a drink. I will be back with you in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Just a quick 2-minute break. Speak to you in a little bit. And we're back with you guys. ATC hasn't given us a ping while we're away, which is good. Got the cup of tea now in front of me. I made it before the stream started, but it's in a nice thermos, which keeps us nice and warm. I just forgot to bring it in with us. So Alex, VATSIM need to update the emergency routines, I guess, so the Phoenix can work properly online. Well, I don't think they do, because PMDG flyers also have similar emergency potential situations, and they've been on VATSIM for years. Hasn't that I've ever flown into Riga? Yes, I think I have. That Italian guy, the PC specs are listed on the about page. And Alex, oh clouds, mine are still pixelated at the edges, can't figure it out. Any tips? You're on the RTX 3080. Absolutely. I'm the wrong person to ask. If Dark Fury was here, maybe. Unless anyone else has got some pearls of wisdom. HD says the Phoenix model will be awesome. Credit to fly-by-wire, but the level of detail in the Phoenix will be unparalleled. Yes, I believe you may be correct. Simon, good morning. It's from New York. HD follows up by saying fly-by-wire is great for normal ops though, and I think that's the thing, and I alluded to this, I don't know if it was last night in the stream or certainly previously when the Phoenix was released, not released, when the Phoenix was announced, the fly-by-wire is just a perfect normal ops aircraft. It does everything, and you know, it works. So if you're not wanting that potential of something going wrong, you know, you want to set a flight going, then go and clean the house for 2-3 hours, then the fly-by-wire, the Neo as well. Remember, they're two different engines, so the Neo as well is a great option. Arthur, Microsoft Teams meeting on one screen, this stream on the other. The meeting isn't getting much attention as you're not the best multitasker when outside the cockpit. Arthur, you have to invite them into the chat. You can hold your Teams meeting there in the YouTube chat. Dave P, not working while I work for myself, following toe surgery on Monday, so enjoying being able to watch the stream to ease the terminal boredom with being confined to the sofa with a leg raised. Oh, Dave, I've not been there personally, but the father-in-law is currently there at the moment having surgery on his knee. So yes, I'm well aware of the boredom. And HD, there are literally hundreds of failures that can be simulated that don't require an emergency, just a simple reset. That's where the documentation for the Phoenix is going to be interesting, because you get a slight ping and you think, oh god, what do I do? Ahmed, would I please do an arrival into Madeira? You have no idea how to do this using the VOR. Well, I wouldn't use the VOR as such in the A320. I forgot which approach it is. HD, you can probably help me out off the top of your head if you can recall. It's not the RNP approach either, is it? If memory serves. Drini, what is the FPS on the ground? I've got mine limited to I think it's 35 or 37. Mark, so what add-ons do you recommend for flights? At the moment you just have fly-by-wire, free Gatwick, pushback utility that I use, plus the Kodiak and the Piper Arrow. I can't remember, Mark, if it was you or someone else asked me what current mods that I have installed and could I do a video on them. I think there may be a call for that soon. Oh, can anyone hear First Officer George? Someone's at the door. Thankfully I don't have to leave because I'm with you guys. Let the cabin crew take care of that. HD, what is the normal approach that we use going into Madeira? It's not the VOR approach, is it? And I don't think it's the RNP approach. Alex, you wanted to do Tivat. That is an amazing approach. Quite right. And I think Tivat is probably my favourite airport to fly into. I don't say that lightly, because there's so many other ones, but I think Tivat has just got a little bit of everything going wrong for it. Right, how long have we been airborne for? 40 minutes? Oh, we'll be on the ground in around 50 minutes time. Might have to start thinking about an approach brief shortly. So HD, oh I see, it's the VOR circling. So we base it off the VOR, but then we make the circling approach into runway 05, isn't it? Yeah. So weather at the moment 27009, visibility is fine. Yeah. Nice and open. Danny P, early back from college. Nice. Ryan E, the Red Wing scenery for Geneva last night was indeed fantastic. Awesome airport. And actually our flight level should be Now, do we have any sort of ATIS for Warsaw? I believe we do. So Warsaw information at the moment. Expect uniform arrivals ILS Yankee approach runway 33. Right, well in that case we probably need to update some things. Because I think I have the Zulu approach in there. So, we want the arrival ILS 33 Yankee. And that's still going to be using the Nepox 5 uniform. Via 534. I'm going to double check that. Let's get the charts out. Got the right chart now. .534. There we are. Let's pop that in. Lovely. Oh, Danny P10, is it? Oh, I see Danny Robble. You've changed your name. Oh, don't do that without telling us. I have no idea who you are. Danny, good to see you though, mate. Right, so our arrival then. Nepox. Flight level 180 at Nepox. ATC is online, so we may get some vectors in. We just need to be aware of potential reduce in our track mileage there. Alex, if you were instructed to do a hold as shown in the star, would you fly 1 minute legs, or will ATC provide instructions? Normally it's 1 minute legs. Right, so let's just use our fixes page to give ourselves a top of descent. Then let's see. What is it? Nepox? And we are at flight level, are we at 380? Yeah, 380, 20246. We've got that tailwind there as well, so that's quite a strong tailwind actually as well. And we need to start slowing down, not by Nepox but by Enzam. Let's start that at 70 miles will do. There we go. Right, so we should have a top descent in now. Lovely. Love how the sun's reflecting off the glare shield. It's not shielding much glare for me. Blanket cloud cover. Don't get to see the ground now. Although you do just in bits. Look, down here. Again. Just a realistic touch from a Zobo.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase from our selection of fresh food available today. Full details can be found in your in-flight brochure. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we can be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
And Mark says, as I am watching on the TV and chatting on the laptop, you've paused the video on the laptop because the scenery at Helsinki with the tower cranes is great. It looks stunning, didn't it? Hey Willie, good to see you, mate. Apologies if I'd not spotted you earlier. And as HT has just said to you, you don't have to time it in the real aircraft because it's all set up in the McDo, and you can tell it the distance and the time, etc. Once it's implemented, I'll be able to show you that. Eric Nielsen, time to get to work. Have a good landing and great afternoon. Thank you so much, Niels. I look forward to seeing you on the next flight. Hope you've had a good morning with us and have a good time at work, if that's possible. Martin Wessel, thank you so much for subscribing. We're edging ever closer to 20,000 subs. Still snowy down there, isn't it? Errors, can I explain how to set the fix info? So all I did was work out that I want to start my top of descent at about 70 miles away from this particular waypoint. What was it called? Nepox. So what I did then is, I know I want to start descending 70 miles away from Nepox, so I just go by pressing the flight plan page to bring us up here. You then want the left top line side key, then to enter the fix info page. I typed in Nepox, entered it in here, and then just put a radius of a 70 nautical mile ring around it, and then from there it shows us that's our top of descent. HD, it worries you when the dog goes quiet. What's he doing? Yeah, I don't think like that about the dog, but I do think that about the triplets. Suddenly, there should always be noise in our house, and when it goes quiet and they're in, you think, oh God, what are they doing? What have they found? Is Mommy's makeup all over our wall? Okay. Approach brief. So, Nepox at flight level 180 and Enzam 250. ATC's online. There's potential we could get some shortcuts, but I would imagine not until after leaving Sophos. Speed 220 knots at Sophos. So I'm going to obviously keep an eye on our track mileage, because if they do want us to get down, ATC will obviously give us clearance earlier, and I would imagine what will happen is if there is no traffic ahead of us, we'll be able to break off right on the star, and he'll bring us in just to capture the ILS. But by Sophos, I'd like to be green dot getting down, just because then if they give us the breakaway, then I can go flaps 1 straight away, flaps 2 then to get us down with the glide slope. On arrival, runway 33, we'll look to vacate at Sierra 1 or Sierra 2. Terminal then is of course in front. Just here. There we go, Sierra 1, Sierra 2. No idea where he wants us to go, so after we vacated we'll stop after the holding line. But I would imagine I'll just chuck us in one of these. Quick look at the arrival. If not specified otherwise by the tower, after finishing the landing roll and vacating the runway, the crew shall establish communication with ground. Fair enough. For runway 33, use rapid X-ray, Sierra 1, Sierra 2, where possible. Yep, they're the two we just briefed, Sierra 1 and Sierra 2. Chens, did I just say triplets? Yes, I did. HD says, give him a PM to preempt it. Well, actually, I now don't know if you're talking about the actual arrival procedure or the parking stand, because we did that last night. So let's just have a quick. Let's try that. If we can get a parking stand. So we'll just enter a private message. What's that ETA as well, just so he knows? ETA should be around 12:15. So we'll see if he comes back to us. Oh, actually, he's just told us to contact him. We've just got the contact me 12545, and I think tower control has just come online as well, so he's now probably not even responsible for that. 12545.
You're contacting a whiskey expecting ILS runway 33 and please repeat the direct to the point whiskey alpha.
Eurotran 60 whiskey alpha 533.
Proceeding direct with whiskey alpha 533. You're contacting with.
Warsaw Control, hello, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Flight level 380 inbound Swiggy. That's not right.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Warsaw radar identified by level 380, cleared Nepox 5 Uniform ILS Yankee runway 33.
Expect Levox 5 Alpha and runway 33 ILS Yankee, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, confirm Nepox 5 Uniform.
Correction, Levox 5 Uniform, thank you, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Pittsburgh 2088, proceed direct Adini.
Oh, it is the 5 uniform that we've got in the box. Where did I get 5 Alpha from?
Direct Adini for Speedbird 2088.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, proceed direct Adini.
Proceed direct Abidi for Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Eurotran 60 whiskey, we are not able to proceed with the direct. Our autopilot just cleared vectors after clearance.
Confirm unable direct whiskey Alpha 533 for Eurotran 60 whiskey.
Hey Sam, we are not able to confirm with direct whiskey Alpha 533 vectors after clearance.
Okay, so I'm also going to pop in Oscar Kilo Charlie into the RadNav page. That's a VOR on the airfield.
Lost 3 Tango Mike, ready for contact. Lost 3 Tango Mike, descent flight level 100. Descent 100, lost 3 Tango Mike.
And look at that for a nice, a very nice direct. That'll get us down a little earlier. I'm going to get the latest weather information. We'll pop that into the box. Few things then. Another 40 miles before starting our descent. Maybe a bit sooner actually. But the transition altitude here is 6,500 feet. Platform altitude for the arrival is 3,000 feet. Minimum safe altitude as we're coming in is 2,400 feet. Weather is fantastic. Runway visual range is well above 550 meters. So it's going to be Cat 1, 557. Just check that temperature, see how cold it is when that comes through. ILS frequency is 110.3. Ultra Gamers, thank you for subscribing. Airport elevation is 354. Missed approach. Straight ahead to Zelto, then a left turn to Mulza, climbing 3000. So just in case anything goes wrong as well, let's pop Mulza in there. Then I've got that on the navigation screen.
Radio check.
Okay, that weather message should now have come through.
Warsaw radar Speedbird 2088.
Speedbird 2088 is at flight level 100.
260 at 8 is the wind. 2 degrees, QNH 1017. Enter that into the perf page.
Warsaw radar identified flight level 360, proceed direct whiskey Alpha 533 for ILS Yankee approach runway 33. Information Charlie.
Warsaw Rider Qatar 3 radio 505.
Oh, wrong button. Can't put that in the transition altitude. The Barrow 557. And auto brake low. HC, get in the habit of confirming the ILS identification when in range. Oh, okay. Good stop, thank you. We've got 137 miles to go. Track mileage, that is. So, based on the wind, we may request that descent now. Get down and slow down.
Ryanair 372 hotel below flight level 100, remain high speed.
Repeat flight message, Ryanair 372 hotel.
Ryanair 372 hotel below flight level 100, remain high speed.
Okay, then what's the max speed for Ryanair 372 hotel? Is there a speed limit for Ryanair 372 hotel after 100, flight level 100?
That would be most appreciated. A reminder for our EasyJet pilot members that free drinks are still available from the cabin crew until the seatbelt signs are turned on. Please note, however, that the toilets will shortly go out of use. Thank you.
270 for higher.
Jayhawk, because the visibility is good, the Barrow came from the ILS Yankee chart. So, runway visual range, anything, you want the highest one available. So, runway visual range 550 meters. Ignore these are for if the approach lighting systems are out. Never happens in the simulator, of course. So, it's Cat 1, 557.
Oh, sorry, okay, have a nice day, Ryanair 680 Bravo. Bye.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike requesting descent, please.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, descent flight level 100.
Flight level 100, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Wizard 47, Holy travel calendar. Wizard 47, runway 29.
Thrust idle, open descent 100 blue.
29 cleared for takeoff, Wizard 47.
We'll get the local QNH on the standby 1017.
Liner clear November, runway 06, clear for takeoff, 0 Nagora, wind is 230 degrees, 10 knots, report crossing flight level 100.
And Abed Mardini, thank you so much for your very, very generous donation, Abed. Really, really kind of you. Another long-term supporter of the channel and channel member, Abed. Thank you so much. Really, really generous, Abed, and I hope that hope we're keeping you entertained this Thursday Thursday morning, or Thursday morning for me anyway. Having said that, it's nearly 12 p.m. But thank you so much again. Really, really kind of you.
1017 QNH for 372 hotel, descent to 4,000 feet.
So we're now just going to monitor our descent profile. Christian, so talking about the lights, never say never until the electric airport fairy mod comes out. Well, funnily enough, we have had it happen, haven't we? In I forget which airport it was, somewhere in Africa. Someone unplugged the lights. Foggy Canadian, thank you so much for the follow and your water bill on Twitch as well. I love the Twitch usernames. Oh, Tyler Chambliss, thank you so much for your 99 cents super chat. Very, very kind of you, Tyler. Hope you're having a good flight with us this morning. And it certainly is morning for you if you are in the US, of course. Hope you're not up too early for it. And Magic Turtle on Twitch, hello.
088, proceed direct
Thank you again.
Lembu.
Tyler, really kind of you.
Direct Lembu, speed 2088.
Ryanair 372 Hotel after Adini direct Whiskey Alpha 533.
So I'm just listening to the approach that the ATC is giving the aircraft in front of me at the moment.
Wizard 47 after departure, Warsaw passing 2800.
Wizard 47.
Ooh, J-Hog, I'll message you later, mate.
Flight level 340 direct Babot.
It's a potential.
Direct Babot clamp 340 Wizard 47.
Ryanair 372 Hotel, confirm after Adini direct Whiskey Alpha 533.
Feedback message Ryanair 372 Hotel.
Ryanair 372 Hotel after Adini direct Whiskey Alpha 533.
So we're now just on profile as it stands at the moment, so I'm going to keep the speed where it is to get down. I'm expecting a shortcut as well, so actually I'm going to knock that up to speed 290 knots. Lucas, good morning. You've been without internet for 4 days. Oh no. 4 days. Oh, but have you gained an extra stripe in those 4 days, Lucas? Ah, wonderful.
Needed vector Slavkov.
Now this is 3000 feet lot 3.
James Waldron, hello to you. HD Big Macs are £1 at the minute. Think I'll take 3. Is that for you or the dog? Oh, guys, don't make me think about food now. We're on the descent in. I've got to concentrate in a minute. Tyler, you're still waiting for a Zobo to get off their backsides and fix accessibility for the blind. Before you ask, we've been doing flight simulation since Flight Sim 2002. Wow! I didn't even know that was possible. Excuse my ignorance, but that is fantastic. That is really, really good. Snow still on the ground.
Stand 1360, Warsaw radar standby. Qatari 3 descent, 3000 feet cleared by Yankee, and we 33 report established number 1.
HD, I completely misread that. I read that as you doing a bacon brief. I like this guy briefs everything. How are we doing? 80 miles. 24,000. Oh. I am going to wind that speed down a little bit more. AP Travels, as someone said earlier, it would be really helpful if I could make a video on all the mods and add-ons that I use. I'll certainly see if we can find time to do that. This cup of tea is just the perfect temperature. There are times that I wish I could just now pop this on, let somebody else take over, and I could just enjoy the view from here while supping a cup of tea on the way down. That would be fantastic. Christian, get the landing lights out for some extra drag. Yeah, that'll give you an extra 100 feet per minute. Commentator, hello, it's been a while, the commentator. Have you got any tips for descending in the fly-by-wire? You use top of descent calculator, but sometimes results when you come and use steep and fast. Monitor the profile all the way down. That's the only thing I can say. Tally, use P3D and PMDG planes. Those are the only payware that work with our screen reading software. Through the talking flight monitor add-on. That sounds fantastic. It really, really does. Again, I'd never even thought that was possible, but that is wonderful. So, excuse me now, as I'm getting close and low, I'm starting to listen out more for ATC calls. And monitoring this profile. 20,000 feet, 67, that's only another 7 miles to play with. Let's keep that rate of descent up.
Correct, startup as pushback approved. Station QNH is 1014, report when ready for taxi.
HD, a toasty with jam and toast tea. Nice.
Flight 001, hello. Please make sure that you send your flight plan to me.
Okay, so approach checklist. Approach briefing is complete, signal signs are on. Minimums are set both sides. 10, no it isn't, 557. Engine mode select is normal, FPS stowed.
Jesteśmy po starcie z lotniska Babice, prosimy o aktywację planu IFR do Modlina w planie i chcieliśmy mieć intencję polegającą na lądowaniu na 2.6 w Modlinie.
Sierra Kilo Alpha, zezwalamy do strefy kontrolowanej i panowie wektory mogą być?
So I'm about on profile for the actual track miles we've got left, but if we get a if we get a direct or a shortcut, could be interesting.
030 Mike Kilo Alpha.
I don't know actually. I think I'm okay. Tyler, I will check that out. That sounds really good. Lucas, thank you so much for your $5 donation, Lucas. Been a while since I donated. 20 centimeters of snow there last night, 50 last week in Toronto, heavy winter. You need the internet to get through it all. Oh, Lucas, thank you so much, very kind of you, and that does sound, well, it sounds cold and very inconvenient.
We're flying rapidly. 2088.
Ryanair 372 Hotel, descent altitude 3000 feet.
Ryanair 372 Hotel, descent 3000 feet.
Tower is online 12325. 12325. On the standby.
Lost 3 Tango Mike, clear to land, meet is 240 degrees, Netherlands.
Lost 3 Tango Mike, clear to land.
3 Tango Mike, clear to land, wind 240 degrees, Netherlands.
3 class 2 liner, lost 3 Tango Mike. Warszawa radar, kłaniamy się ponownie, lot Niner 001, ready to copy IFR,
HD championing the Jam and Toast tea. It's awesome. Tastes a bit like normal tea. I think it may be slightly sweeter, but I always put sweeteners in tea anyway. But it's just the smell of it. I think it's gorgeous. Okay, I think as we roll back the speed 250 knots, we might need to get some spoilers out to help with that.
Siberia 890, hello, squawk 4565.
Wickstrom, I'm high but fast. Yeah, that describes us at the moment.
Ryanair 372 Hotel, clear for ILS approach Yankee runway 33, report established number 2.
Clear ILS runway 33, number 2, report.
Okay, we reduce the speed now 250 knots.
Qatar 3, please confirm published.
Bit of speed brake.
Will confirm when step 372.com.
We're only clear down to 10,000 feet anyway.
Warsaw Radar, good afternoon, dzień dobry. Iberia 2853 on flight level 270, over Govan inbound Barev.
Iberia 2853, hello, squawk 4545.
Hope he doesn't forget about us. He'll just extend our downwind, I guess, if need be.
Iberia 890, please set squawk mode Charlie.
Speed alt start, speed brakes away, and let's activate the approach phase.
Okay, defining back to focus material now.
So radar, hello, so request 892, flight 1410.
Flight Siberia 890, identified 350 direct Ruska.
350 direct Ruska.
Oh, HD, I beat you with the push button. We'll give him a call when there's a break in the chat. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, request further descent.
B.
Whiskey Alpha identified. Cheers, HD. I didn't beat you for that one.
260 degrees 8 knots.
He's going to have to get his... Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, request further descent.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike descent, flight level 80.
Flight level 80, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. He's got traffic. He is basically going to extend us down, isn't he? Thrust idle, open descent. We're now slowing down green dot.
036 whiskey descent altitude 7,000 feet by QNH 1017.
Descending flight level 7,000 feet, QNH 1017, Euro 36 whiskey heavy, thank you.
Qatar speed left to land runway 33.
Speedbird 2088 descent 2,000 feet cleared by left turkey approach runway 33 report to start number 3. Speedbird 2088 cleared by left approach Yankee runway 33 report to start number 3.
This is never going to work.
Runway 33 to hotel, Hawaii, status runway 33.
Thank you, continue approach break.
Flaps 1, speed checked. Flaps 1. We are well above the glide slope.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike descent 5,000 feet altitude QNH 1017.
5,000 feet altitude 1017, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Enter 4402 right heading 360 for spacing. Enter 4402 right heading 360 for spacing number 4.
Glide slope's coming up.
Enter
4402 number 4, enter 4402.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike confirm we're still following the star.
Ground number 701, squawk 4543.
Glide slope capture from above, I think.
Alpha left heading 310.
310, Sierra Papa Mike
Flaps
Alpha.
2, speed checked. Flaps 2.
Tak, oczywiście.
Full speed 10.
Bezpośrednio na Mike, Oscar 998 i...
We've not even been cleared for the approach.
Zgłoście na końcowej prostej jako numer 1.
Mike, Oscar 998, zgłosimy prostą Sierra Papa Mike Alpha.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, we're turning to set localizer. Can you confirm?
Blake, please call one by one, guys. One by one, please.
Oh dear lord.
Blake, Ryanair 372 Hotel, runway 33 to land.
Right, well, I'm going to guess he wants us established, so... Speed, glide slope star, lock star. Autopilot 1 and 2 is turned on, still cat 1. 18 miles to go.
Blake, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike descent 3000 feet, clear for ILS approach, runway 33 Yankee, number 3.
Descend 3,000 feet and clear ILS 33 Yankee, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Enter 4402, descend 4000 feet, QNH Warsaw 1017.
QNH 1017, enter 4402.
Speedbird 208 established ILS 33 Yankee.
Speed brake can go away.
Copy on them too, Speedbird 208.
Finnair 7 Papa Foxtrot, leaving my station.
Well, that was a mess of an approach. So when we were cleared direct to, where was it, Adini, we were still on the star. I did expect him to extend our downwind with the vectors, but that never happened.
Qatar 3, welcome to Warsaw. Sierra Oscar Mike, stand 13. Sierra Oscar Mike, stand 13.
Sierra Oscar Mike, stand 13, Qatar 3, thank you.
Cabin crew, about 15 minutes to landing, giving cabin, thank you.
Eurotran 6 Lima Whiskey, we're still flying blind vectors after clearance.
Eurotran 6 Lima Whiskey, descent 4000 feet, proceed directly.
I was so close, HD, to going for the gear. I thought, I'm going to give it 30 seconds, maybe not even quite that long, but then it righted itself. Right, we're number 3, so I'm going to start slowing down.
Whiskey Alpha 533 for Eurotran 6 Lima Whiskey Heavy.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, confirm speed restrictions, please.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, free speed.
Free speed, thank you, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. I just know there's, we're number 3, there's 2 ahead of us, so I don't mind slowing down. We're now 12 miles coming up.
Sierra Mike Kilo Alpha, pan report Sierra pan Hamakan na 10-17.
10-17 Mike Kilo Alpha.
Okay.
We'll hold that at 160 rather than slowing all the way down to
Chciałem
VAP.
prosić o go around i odejście proceduralne i później na Mike Oscar 927, jeżeli można.
Jasne, go around będzie opublikowano po odlocie w prawo i do 3000 i potem na Mike Oscar 997 potwierdźcie, tak?
Tak, na 996 jak
The air traffic controller does seem very overworked, bless him.
Jasne, dzięki.
Square 3 Central Hotel, runway 33 vacated.
Ryanair 372 Hotel, welcome to Warsaw, taxi Sierra Zulu Victor stand 906.
Taxi Sierra, repeat taxi instruction.
Oh, he doesn't have time for that.
Speedbird 2088, runway 33 clear to land Warsaw, wind 260 degrees 8 knots.
Good, land runway 23.
Well, look to vacate to Sierra 1, Sierra 2, Sierra 3 if things don't go to plan. And then
Sierra Zulu Victor stand 906.
Expecting stands in front of the terminal, so very short taxi.
Sierra Zulu Victor for
commentator, ILS localizers usually around about 25 mile, 30 mile. Ooh, rainbow.
Break Euro Transmission Whiskey, please say your direct.
Euro Transmission Whiskey, we got some simulation errors. Our autopilot is not turning us to the left. Give me a minute to fix.
Euro Transmission Whiskey, turn left heading 310.
Turn left heading 310, Euro Transmission Whiskey, hey.
Tell you what, the views are blooming good. Shame I can't watch the wing view, and I haven't set up the replay, so we need to concentrate on our landing now.
Liner 001, runway 27 clear for takeoff, Katowice wind is 240 degrees 11 miles.
7 miles out. Literally flying into the rainbow. I don't know if you can just see that. Oh, that's the shadow. There's the real one. Ding the cabin. Should we get some lights on as well? I'll pop these on as well because the landing gear is coming down shortly.
Aeroflot 2374 for hello Warsaw radar set.
Okay, 6 miles. Gear down. Spoilers. Flaps 3. Speed checked. Flaps 3. Little rain cloud in front of us, but we've still got visual with the runway. That's okay. Speed. Flaps full.
Quick break. Eurotrans.
Landing checklist.
Left heading 290 clear.
Cabin is secured. Auto thrust speed going around altitude 3000 set. Eco memo landing no blue.
Right heading 290 clear S33 report and establish Euro Transmission Whiskey.
Confirm left 290. Take enter 4402, report your indicated airspeed.
That rainbow looks lovely, doesn't it?
This way again, unreadable. 200, enter 4402. Enter 4402, speed 180 or less.
No landing clearance yet though, guys.
4402.
1000.
Speedbird 2088, welcome to
What about disconnected? I have control.
Sierra Oscar Mike.
Stand 16 by Sierra Oscar and Mike. Speedbird 2088, thanks very much.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, runway 33 land wind is 220 degrees 4 knots.
Clear to land, runway 33, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. So a little bit of wind coming from the left. Gorgeous approach with that rain. Just get that nose down a little bit.
500.
There we go. Approach stable.
Enter 4402, descend 3000 feet.
400.
teasing the centre line.
3000 feet.
Descend 3000, 402 przez Arki.
Decent length displaced threshold there as well.
Warsaw radar, good day, Scandinavian 1422, passing flight level 240, inbound to Koba.
10, 5.
Scandinavian 1422, hello, identify 240, proceed direct Dublin and confirm
And spoilers deployed, reverse green, auto brake low, decel.
Proceed direct Dublin and flight level 240 at the moment, Scandinavian 140. Proceed.
70 knots, reverses off, disconnect the auto brake.
That's right, thank you.
This is where that recording is going to get in the way of the message, isn't it, from ATC in a
Ladies and
second?
gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used. Please make sure that you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat and in the overhead lockers. Do take care when opening the lockers in case anything falls out. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you with the latest news, promotions, flight and destination information. Check out
Still not told us where to go yet, give him a sec.
Twitter or EasyJet app.
And Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, vacated runway 33.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, welcome Warsaw, stand 17 via Sierra Oscar Mike.
Stand 17 via Sierra Oscar and Mike. Thank you, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Quick zoom in. What number is that? 15, 16, 17.
German cargo 593, hello Warsaw, radar squawk for you, 4511. German cargo 593, negative 4511.
4511.
Break Aeroflot 2374, confirmed squawk 4501.
So this is Oscar right now onto Mike. And just before I do commit to this next turn, quick look out the window. Stand 17. There we go.
718, hello Warsaw, radar identified flight level 367, proceed direct Comet, glide flight level 390.
Direct Comet, flight level 390.
Another great freeware airport scenery, this one, guys.
593, identified flight level 330, direct Tibet.
Direct Tibet, German cargo 593.
Established tonight 33 for Frederica.
Enter 4402, runway 33, clear to land, wind is 220 degrees 4 knots.
Clear to land 33, enter for Frederica.
Any preference stand after landing?
711.
And there we go.
For Frederica.
711.
Alright. Parking brake on and shutting down engine 1 and engine 2. Seatbelt signs off, beacon lights off, fuel pumps off. We've fried the ground crew.
Descend flight level 100, lost liner, kilo November.
This is where two pilots is far easier. They can do everything on the short taxis. Excellent. Now, have we got the jetway coming over? Yes, we do. Have we got any ground staff? We'll have a look in a moment. Mark, did I see the China cargo 747 sucking the ground stuff into its number one engine? Yes, I did see that video. Oh, what a mess. Here the ground crew comes. There they are. Oh, right then, guys. Welcome to Warsaw, a rather beautiful but upside down looking Warsaw. That's a bit crazy, isn't it? How strange. There we are. Chopin, Warsaw Airport. Beautiful. Hi guys, thank you so much for flying with us today. If you were one of those flying with us, then I hope you enjoyed the flight and had a good one. Very busy time on the old approach with the ATC, but we got there in the end. Nice and slick. We're getting good at slick approaches. To those of you who have donated and contributed to the streams of Keep during the flight today, thank you so much for that, guys. And to the EasyJet Sim Pilot channel members. And to the two new members that we've gained during the flight this evening, a big welcome to you guys. Remember, get in touch with us on the Discord, and then we can let you into the to the VIP rooms. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope we've managed to pass some time for you this morning. Really look forward to seeing you on the next one, which, if with a bit of luck, we may be able to do a real ops Friday night flight tomorrow. Don't quote me on that. We'll have to see how things are. As I say, there is no set schedule, but we love Friday night flights, and we usually get a Friday night quiz on the right day as well. Thanks so much, everyone. I look forward to seeing you on the next flight. Good night.